The Public Account Committee of the Federal House of Representatives has requested that the federal government present before the National Assembly within 1 week the report of the forensic audit of the NNPC by PricewaterhouseCoopers to enable the senators and honorable members analyze it in totality as provided by the Constitution. Addressing newsmen in Abuja, the chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Olamilekan Solomon, said that given the weighty allegation of possible loss of $20 billion to the Federation account arising from alleged non-remittance by the NNPC, the result of the forensic audit should be made public.
The report has been unduly delayed and its submission almost sidestepped the Auditor General's office. It is professional best practice that such reports first come in draft, discussed, fine-tuned before release of the final report, usually accompanied by more detailed management letter. For credibility and reliance, the minimum was to get the Auditor General to receive and own the report. In all of this, no response or whatsoever has been made on the need to send the report to the National Assembly, where the Public Accounts Committee is empowered and equipped to deal with it as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
He said by the virtue of Section 85, subsection 6 of the Constitution, the Auditor General ought not to be directed by Mr. President to deal with the report in a particular manner.
The Public Accounts Committee, cognizance of the provision of the Constitution and empowered by the resolution of the House of Representatives on a motion moved by the minority leader, hereby requests that the full report on the forensic audit, stating clearly the pre-audit report, the interim report, and the final report of the PricewaterhouseCoopers as submitted to the President, which must also include the initial draft, the executive summary, and the management and internal control letters, should be forwarded to the National Assembly so as to enable the National Assembly to give the true position of the findings of the PricewaterhouseCoopers to the Nigerians, which they are representing in both the Senate and the House of Representatives.
He therefore used the medium to assure the general public that the committee will do everything possible to make sure that the truth comes out. From Abuja, I am Festus Ejiroge Nefife for Ben Television.
The Buhari Support Organization has called on the political party not to interfere in the activities of the Independent National Electoral Commission on the drive for the smooth conduct of the rescheduled general election. The spokesman of the organization, Dr. Shidia Madweke, said at a news conference in Abuja that INEC should be allowed to conduct peaceful, free and fair election.
We must now allow INEC to do in Nigeria what they supported Sierra Leone to achieve. Nigerians want a free, fair, credible election where only Nigerians can decide who leads them. We will not stand with anyone who stands in the way of that freedom by dragging us back to the age of temporary voters card or otherwise.
The group also asked the president to show full commitment to the terms and conditions of Abuja Peace Accord.
We call on Mr. President to show full commitment to terms and conditionality of the Abuja Peace Accord jointly entered into, and reining his aides and political associates from further infuriating commentaries, hate speeches, and to stop overheating the polity with incendiary remarks.
From Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.
The federal government has disclosed it lost $159.88 million from oil revenue in 2 months due to vandalization and oil theft. The Minister of State for Finance, Bashir Yuguda, who made the disclosure to journalists after the Federal Account Allocation Committee meeting in Abuja, explained that the loss is further compounded by the drop in crude oil prices from $77.53 million in November to $52.34 million in December. Yuguda, while fielding questions from journalists, disclosed that the excess crude account stood at $2.60 million, while the domestic crude account was 19 billion naira. The minister used the opportunity to reiterate that Nigeria is not broke, as it is being alleged in some quarters.
Excess crude account is $2 billion and 60 million. That is what we have in the ECA account. Now, you see the devaluation of the naira. It is a combination of many factors, both local and, of course, international. If you know, well, we all know the dwindling resources that we are receiving, of course, based on the crash of the oil price. And we sell in US dollars. And if we sell in US dollars, definitely the amount of money that will come to us based on the naira, there will be a variance. So what we are doing as a government and what we are doing also through the central bank, which is the body statutorily responsible for managing our currency, is in many folds. One is to reduce the pressure. That is the pressure of everybody looking for dollar to buy against the naira. Nigeria is not broke. I don't know where that issue of a country being broke is. I have never skipped Federation account meetings. I have never skipped a month that I have not paid salaries. I have never skipped our payment terms on the bond that we raise in Nigeria. So I don't know the issue of a country being broke. People should come up with facts and figures of what it means for a country to be broke. Nobody has deflated our foreign reserve, if not for the devaluation of the naira. Nobody has taken out all the money that we have in the excess crude account.
In the meantime, the Federal Account Allocation Committee distributed to the three tiers of government the sum of 500.130 billion naira for the month of January 2015. The breakdown showed that the net statutory allocation was 408.373 billion naira distributed among the federal, state, and local government, while the federal government got 194.937 billion naira, states and local government took home 98.576 billion naira, and 75.998 billion naira respectively. Also shared is the 13% derivation.
The gross statutory revenue available for distribution for the month of February is 416 billion and 97 million. So the statutory allocation, after deducting the cost of collection to the three agencies of government, that is Customs, FIRS, and DPR, the now net statutory allocation will be 408 billion 374 million, which will be distributed, of course, among the tiers of government on the basis of the approved allocation formula. Federal government 52.68%, the state government 26.72%, the local governments are taking 20%, and of course the derivation policy, which is 13%. All the accounts together, we have grand total revenue of 500 billion 131 billion to be shared among the three tiers of government, like I have mentioned.
In addition to that, FAC distributed to the three levels of government the NNPC refund of 6.330 billion naira. Awesome Raffle, Ben Television News, Abuja, Nigeria.
In its renewed commitment to promote businesses across Nigeria through documentaries, StarTimes Nigeria said it will soon restructure its profile and content base. StarTimes Executive Director in charge of advert sales, Ebere Nzewuju, stated this at a StarTimes Media Agency Forum in Abuja. He noted that one of the objectives the forum was organized is to rub minds and share ideas with stakeholders on how to improve business activities and also look at the challenges they face.
Abuja is typified by government businesses. And most times, government businesses will want to showcase their, services via documentaries and not necessarily advertisements. So, like a platform like StarTimes will now have to restructure their platforms, to make sure that we have opportunities to give out to accommodate documentaries and things like that. Not necessarily only advertisements.
The forum will also give advertisers the opportunity to directly partner with StarTimes Nigeria. LM Chukwameka report for Ben TV.